Recently, leaders of many countries, including Iranian president, Zimbabwean president, Bolivian president, have all condemned the U.S. hegemonic acts of imposing unilateral sanctions in their statements at the general debate of the 77th session of the United Nations General Assembly. Figures show an increase of 933% in sanctions imposed by the U.S. from 2000 to 2021. To date, the U.S. has imposed economic sanctions on nearly 40 countries, which have affected almost half of the global population and caused serious humanitarian disasters. The imposition of sanctions has evolved from its beginnings as a modest arrow in the broad policy toolbox of the U.S. in the 1970s to become today's foreign policy weapon of choice, said the National Interest on its website. In the U.S. hegemony toolbox, the frequency of using force is extraordinarily high. American independent journalist Ben Norton noted the other day, citing data from the U.S. Congressional Research Service, that the U.S. launched 469 military interventions overseas from 1798 to 2022. Since the end of the Cold War, the U.S. has waged 251 military interventions. The list of countries targeted by the U.S. military includes the vast majority of the nations on Earth, including almost every single country in Latin America and most of the African continent. The threats the U.S. brings to the world peace are also manifested through its exports of massive weapons. Take Syria, for example, to support the opposition groups in Syria. The U.S. exported loads of weapons and equipment, but a significant part of those later to be found in the hands of terrorists. The Wall Street Journal says the U.S. government is considering to expedite the nuclear submarine cooperation between U.S., Australia, and Britain to provide Australia with an initial nuclear-powered fleet by the mid-2030s. It is a blatant defiance and trampling of international nuclear non-proliferation system, another example of the U.S. undermining world peace. To secure its hegemony, the U.S. also stirs in cyberspace with its black hands. Chinese authorities released an analysis report days ago on the U.S. National Security Agency attacking China's Northwestern Polytechnical University, exposing again U.S. as truly the top one empire of hacking. From PRISM, the Irritant Home Project, and Stellar Wind to Operation Telescreen, the Hive platform and the quantum attack system, the U.S. not only turns its ordinary citizens into suspects, but also gets the rest of the world, including its allies and partners, under surveillance. The U.S. has revealed itself as the greatest threat to global cybersecurity. The more hegemony tools are employed, the stronger resistance will be triggered. The U.S. should listen attentively to the calls of justice at the UN General Assembly and stop messing up the world with its black hands.